In this alternate timeline, after Frieza's demise, he would walk over to King Yemma, as he would look at him angrily. He couldn't believe this. He was destroyed again. He lost twice to a monkey. As in Frieza would say, "Psh, whatever you decide, send me there soon." King Yemma would say, "I'm not going to send you anywhere. I'm going to give you a second chance. I can see that you could be a great hero if your memories were rewired. Let's test that out." As he hit his gavel, suddenly Frieza would turn into a baby and be transported into an alternate universe. As Charlie was walking around, Charlie was saddened by the extermination, and this was before she found Vaggie. This was a few years before then, and 5 years before the start of the show. As Charlie was walking around, she would see a baby. She was shocked as she picked it up. She didn't recognize it. It wasn't like any sinner she's seen, and it wasn't like any other creature. And if it was a sinner, why would a baby be down here? It didn't make any sense. Charlie decided to bring it with her as she thought. But as she brought it with her, something would happen. The baby would start to float up, as then it would look at her and smile and laugh. This was no ordinary baby. It can fly on its own without wings? Charlie would have to examine it more. As she brought it home, a few days would pass as she would get attached to it, and she would decide to name this baby Hope, because she had hope that she can have a good future with it. And yes, I know I put Frieza in the title, but if I put Hope, you wouldn't click on it, so yeah, this is basically Frieza, but his name is Hope in this universe. As a few years passed, Frieza would grow up much faster than a normal human, or sinner for that matter, as Frieza would start to grow up into a teenager at this point, even though it was only for a few years. Frieza was very protective of his mother. He still had a bunch of, destructive instincts, as Frieza, or in this case Hope, because his name was based on hope that he can be better, and hope that he can be a good person, and hope that he can keep Charlie safe, would meet someone. Her name was Vaggie. As Charlie let her in, Charlie and Vaggie would start to talk as she walked out, as Frieza walked up to her and said, "Oh, you're Charlie's kid. How are you?" As suddenly Frieza would say, "I don't like you," as he would point his finger at her and begin to summon a destruction beam. Different name, since, brought up in a different time. He could still use Ki, but he's never trained, which is just like in canon, so I guess he would be same strength actually, which is a lot. As Frieza would say, "Psh, let me tell you this, Vaggie. If you dare hurt her in any way, I will make sure it's the last thing you do." As in Vaggie says, "You're intense, kid." "I am." As in Frieza would throw her down with his tail. "And don't tell her I said that, got it?" Vaggie would nod, scared, as Charlie would come back. As Charlie would be super sweet to Vaggie, Vaggie and her would still fall in love, but Frieza would begin to hate this, as he grew skeptical of their love. One day, however, Lucifer, his grandfather, came to visit. As Lucifer would open the door, he would say, "Where's my grandson?" as Frieza would hug him and say, "Papa!" Frieza liked Lucifer. However, sometimes he would get worried that he wasn't around enough for Charlie. However, even though Frieza was just a teenager, his brain developed quite fast, and he knew about his depression. As Lucifer and Frieza would start to walk out, Lucifer would say, "So, I think it's time we reveal you to the world. We can't keep you a secret forever." Frieza would say, "I don't know, that could bring a lot of negative attention to your daughter." Lucifer would take Frieza's hand. He would smile and say, "My grandson, Hope, you are always so focused on her. It's like you're an adult. Do you ever have fun?" Frieza said, "I do have fun." "Then show me." As Lucifer and Frieza would walk out, they would go to the movies and the park and actually start to have a good time together. As they decided to go around places like the park and other things like that. As they kept on talking, "This is fun and all, but once you're revealed, they'll see you as her offspring. They'll see you as a prince, and you need to start acting like one." Frieza would say, "What do you mean, acting like one?" "Well, I can tell that you don't really like people, and Charlie's that lovable girl, and I'm glad you're here to keep her safe," but Frieza would say, "I don't like people because they're disgusting." "You don't like sinners either." Lucifer would say, "Sinners are bad people, but," as then he would sigh, "you have to be nice to your subjects. You have to." Frieza would just start to walk off and say, "I only care about my mother and you. I don't want to pretend like I care about anyone else." As they'll get into a bit of a disagreement, eventually Frieza would be dropped off. As a few years would pass, eventually Charlie would open the hotel. As the hotel was open, people would come in excited to be redeemed. Just kidding, only one person would come in. That name was Angel. No one really liked Angel, at least as what Frieza thought. And by no one, I mean Vaggie and Frieza. Charlie liked him, and Charlie gave him a chance. As time passed on, though, eventually Frieza would start to get annoyed with them. However, something would happen. As Charlie got to a terrible interview with Lady Joy be in her room one day, as in she got a knock on the door. She opened it, it was Frieza. Lady Joy just looked down at Frieza. Oh, it's the prince. You really think I'm scared of you? Suddenly, Frieza would shoot a doom beam straight into her 2 legs. As she fell down, she would look up at Frieza and say, "What are you doing? Do you honestly think you can?" Frieza would say, "Shut up. You humiliated my mom in front of everyone. You deserve this. I'll make this slow." As suddenly, Frieza would take care of Lady Joy. As then, more time would pass. As the Radio Demon and Frieza didn't really get along that much, but Frieza let the Radio Demon in because, well, it's the only way to get the hotel going, and Frieza knew the hotel was important to Charlie. However, one day, Charlie would come in crying. As Charlie was crying, Frieza would say, "What's wrong, mother? It's Angel." As in, Frieza got mad at Angel. He was about to walk off, but as he did, Vaggie would run up and grab him. "Listen, it's because Valentino controls him, alright? You don't want to get involved in this situation. You're still just a kid." Frieza would say, "I'm more of an adult than you are." As he would whack her with his tail. As she fell to the floor, Frieza would walk into Valentino's office. As Val would look at Frieza, he would say, "Oh, Frieza, the great son of Charlie. What can I do you for? You know, I am quite sick, but you are still a kid." So Frieza would say, "Shut up. I don't really care much about Angel, but Charlie couldn't do this herself because she's too sweet and kind, so I'll have to do it. I'll have to get rid of you." Valentino would say, "You really think you can do that?" As he would pull out his 2 blasters and begin to blast at Frieza. As Frieza would simply laugh as the projectiles simply bounced off of him. "Hoo hoo 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 hoo. You really thought that would do anything against me, the great Frieza, the prince of all of hell?" Frieza would say, "I don't like saying prince of all for some reason. Oh well." As in, Val would say, "Shut up, shut up, shut up, I'll not lose to you." As he would summon his overlord powers, he would start to overpower Frieza. Just kidding, just kidding. Frieza would easily destroy him. As when Frieza walked back, the contract was over. Angel was free. The next day, Angel would be super excited. However, no one knew how Val was destroyed, because Frieza made sure that no one would tell on him. But Vaggie had a hunch. As the day passed, Vaggie would sit down with Frieza and say, "I'm gonna tell on you. What you did was reckless. Who knows who could have been watching?" Frieza would then look right at Vaggie and say, "If you tell her, I'll tell her you're an exorcist." Vaggie would say, "How do you? I'm not an idiot. Why else would you be down there? Why else would you have an angelic weapon?" Frieza would laugh as he walked off. Time would pass, as things would go like in canon until Adam would attack. But as Adam would attack Frieza, as Frieza would fly right up to him and punch him, Adam would say, "Who the heck are you?" "I am the prince." "The prince, huh? Why do you look so different? Don't tell me. Are you an alien from another dimension?" Frieza would say, "Other dimension? What are you talking about? You don't even know? Suddenly Frieza would simply knock him down. "Other dimension or not, deep down I could always tell I was adopted, but I don't care, because I love my mother. If she's my biological one or whatnot, it doesn't matter, and you stand in the way of her happiness, so I'll get rid of you." Adam would still be laughing and say, "Is that so? Well, good luck, kid. That's gonna be easier said than done. I am the mighty Adam. I can." Suddenly Frieza would punch him in the stomach as he fell down. "You talk too much." As he would grab him with his tail and lift him up. As he would fire a bunch of tiny little doom beams all into his pressure points. As Frieza would throw him down and then step on his head. Now this will be fun. As Frieza had a good time, Adam could barely even walk. As Frieza said, "Leave now." Adam says, "No, I won't leave." Suddenly Frieza would pick up a little angelic weapon and throw it at Adam, getting rid of him. Pathetic. As all the angels left in fear, Frieza did it. Frieza defended his home. but the only person he liked was his mother and his grandfather. How would that play out? Is Frieza redeemable, or will he be evil forever? And that's going to leave things off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and please let me know what you thought of this video down in the comments below. I enjoyed making it. I don't really know how well this is going to do, but I hope it does well. I also hope you're having a good day. I hope your day's doing well. My day's going interesting. It's the next month. September was a good month for me, I'm not going to lie. It started out kind of I'm not going to lie, with some drama and stuff, but now it was a good month. Overall, I did enjoy it. But now it's time for October. That means pretty soon we're going to have Halloween. Are you all excited for Halloween? Do you still dress up? And if so, who do you dress up as? Please let me know in the comments below. I haven't dressed up since I couldn't go trick-or-treating. Because going trick-or-treating was like my favorite thing in the world. I would love to dress up. I'd love to go out. And as a little kid, I liked heroes. But then when I got older, I liked villains. Villains were like my favorite. And now I can't really... Well, I could dress up, but I can't really go trick-or-treating. Because that's kind of weird to go trick-or-treating as a grown man. So, yep. Kind of have to, just go with the flow. I might dress up this year. I don't know. I think it'll be fun. I wouldn't, buy a full-on outfit or anything. Maybe just, use some makeup to dress up. Maybe use some green for Piccolo, for example, or something like that. Anyway, who do you want to dress up as, if you can dress up as anyone? Please let me know in the comments below. Also, are you excited for the next month? Or did you enjoy not January, sorry. That was a long time ago. September. Did you enjoy September? Please let me know in the comments below. Love you all so much. I hope you have an amazing day. You mean the world to me. Goodbye. Don't forget, if no one told you they loved you today, I do. I love you, and I hope your day was amazing. And I hope that this video brought joy to your life. Goodbye for real this time.